Welcome to the Artistry Creates the World. I am with the talented Jesslyn Blue.
Ooh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Jesslyn is an artist of, I was going to say many dimensions, but we don't go there yet. We didn't get to that part of the interview. With many hats. So Jesslyn, tell us about some of those hats.
Oh, I do a variety of things, I feel.
Yes.
But, I don't know. Where do I start?
You're a poet.
I'm a poet.
You're a writer.
Yes, I'm a poet. I'm a writer.
You're an editor.
I do freelance editing. Right. I workshop facilitate. Right.
You're a teacher.
Model. I am a teacher. Yes. Yeah. I do a bunch of things.
You're an actress.
I have dabbled in acting, but I don't want to go around calling myself an actress per se. I have confidence in my abilities, but I have not had the opportunity to do a lot of acting.
So tell us about your new paper product, your new chat book.
As soon as you said paper product, the first thing I thought of was paper plates. I was like, so I'm going around selling paper plates. Got these paper plates for sale. No, so
tell us about your chat book.
I am not selling a chat book. I'm selling a book. This is not a chat book. I was previously selling a chat book, and that was called C'est La Vie. That was a chat book because it only contained like 10 poems. 11 poems. And that's pretty small. So a chat book is just like a small little kind of burst of poems. This is a full-length book. I mean, there's always a range for a full-length book. A full-length poetry book can range between like 50 pages to 100, and we can get deeper with like anthologies and things like that. But mine is about 57 pages. So I'm right in that mid-range. Oh, yeah, right. I'm pointing at it, but I didn't pick it up. I'm right in that mid-range right there. Thanks. This is C'est La Vie, the second edition. So, C'est La Vie, the second edition. And I'm really proud of this. I'm super proud of this book.
Tell us why.
Because this is my blood, sweat, and tears. I slaved away on this book. I did everything for this book. I wrote the book, I edited the book, I designed the cover, I formatted it. This is my child. I gave birth to this. This is my second child. My first child was C'est La Vie. That was my child. This is my second baby. So I'm really proud of it. I feel this is an extension of me.
So tell me, how does, why C'est La Vie? Why this book now? How does this tie with like your life path and what what are you giving people?
I like that.
Yeah, we want to know what Usually when we have art, usually art comes from some place. We just don't walk around and see a word and say, "Ooh, C'est La Vie." Ooh, I think I write a book. So if you can just give us some of that, that's what we love. That's what the artists love, because you help other artists. We help each other in this community when we give that kind of insight to why we do the art, what sparks the art, where does the art come from, whether it be a spiritual place, whether it be experience, whether it be something that you saw other people do, or just the totality of where you are, how you speak to the world. That was a long question.
I was to say,
that's like 4 questions. Just answer one.
Just to backtrack it. You want me to tell you why this book and why this book? Why now?
Yes.
Why this particular timing of this book?
Yes.
Why I released it now?
That, and I also really like to know how does it tie to your life experience, your path, Okay.
All right. You get 2 questions there.
Right.
Which one would you like me to answer first?
whatever one you're feeling first.
Okay. I guess to why now?
Yes.
I felt like it was way overdue. My first book came out in 2014, C'est La Vie. So it's 2017. That's, for me, that's a really big gap. It's given me time, obviously, to work on more material and write and hone my craft and do other things and explore life and gain different experiences. So my material has changed, the content has changed, how I write has changed, which is supposed to. It shouldn't be exactly the same. but it's too long, too long. So 2014, 2017, and I wanted to bridge that gap. I sat down one day and I made I believe a five-year plan for my artistry in regards to what I'm going to be releasing, and I already have this like lined up.
Oh, we like that.
So the timing may not occur exactly because you can't have life down to a T, man.
Well,
life's gonna throw me some curveballs. Life's gonna,
spitball.
Yeah, exactly.
Slider.
Exactly. I may slip on a banana peel on the fucking peel. Like, things may happen. I don't know.
Yes.
So I'm leaving wiggle room for that. But I did take the time to write down a 5-year plan of everything I wanted to release, and the type of concepts, and I put down the bare bones, even like estimated dates. So I have it, and I just had that overcome me. I said it was too long, that wait. What was I doing, man? I mean, I was doing things. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on, I needed to have something going on. So I took the time down. I set up my whole plan. So expect more, and that is why I've done what I've done with the timing right now.
How does this book help people? I mean, how do you see it? Usually art heals.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, is this for seniors or this for young people?
This book's for everyone.
But,
that's why it's called C'est La Vie.
Yeah.
Like the whole reasoning. Oh, you may take it.
No, I didn't buy my copy yet. So, so on the back you have, what's stranger than fiction, truth. Should I read this? Is this against the rules?
No, absolutely.
Warning.
It's out for release.
Do not.
You can buy it online. It's not.
Oh, there's your plug. There you go.
Yeah. You can buy it online right now. Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. It's out there.
Okay. Warning: do not open if you're not ready to embrace honesty. These pages contain journeys and scribbled notions about life, politics, love, death, spirituality, drugs, and droplets of my soul, metamorphosed into an alphabet globally recognized. Enter if you choose enlightenment, open if you choose hope, turn the pages if you choose art. I love that line. That's a nice line.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I like that. He really wants it.
You know what? I think my station is PG, but you can make it something else if you like.
Not even. I just like your enthusiasm. I appreciate it. I'm trying to feed off of your energy.
You are, definitely. So what's next in that plan? You have something else next? A third edition?
Which question? Okay, so what's next?
Yes.
Okay, what's next is my CD. I'm going to switch it up.
Right.
I want to have different types of media available. Not just don't take me home just in book form. You can take me home in CD form, like.
Y'all see I'm trying to keep this like clean, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, it was getting a little hot in here. I was going to take the sweater off.
Yeah, well, you
even mentioned it was hot when we first walked in.
I told you.
I sweat like a man.
We like to.
If you see I do. Okay.
And you do go to the gym and you lift weights.
I do.
She wants to show us.
No, I don't. I was kind of getting hot. That was thick and it was a little steamy in here. Not to veer from the question. The question was, what's next? What's next is my CD. It's obviously something audio. So I wanted to do something different. I want to switch it up. Take book form and CD form.
Nice. And
not just CD, obviously. That's so ancient technology these days lately. What is it? Take me home in MP3 form.
Right.
Download me on Spotify. Stuff like that. So it's going to be widely available. I will have physical CDs, but then of course you can get it on the online outlets.
I got you.
And it's called the Phoenix Project. And it takes you on another journey, but this journey is more specific. As I said before, this one's kind of like a mishmash collection of different types of experiences and ideas and thoughts, and that could be for anyone. And I'm not trying to say my art isn't for anyone when I'm saying the Phoenix Project, but it has a specific concept behind it, so it may appeal to certain people because of that specific concept. I'm not trying to, box it in. But it's more about the rise and fall. But, you know, the more I think about it and more I'm talking to you, the rise and fall of anybody can be related to anybody. We all rise and fall in different regards.
Ebbs and tides.
Yeah.
Cycles of life.
Different aspects.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's what the Phoenix Project is about. It's about the Phoenix. The Phoenix, it's born, it burns, it burns, it burns, it burns, it burns, it burns so bright it becomes ash. And then it just fucking disintegrates and it's over. You think it's dead at that point. I just have a bunch of tasteless fucking ash. But through those ashes, it can rise again. It sparks that ember, it reconforms, and then there you go in the cycle of the Phoenix. And that, as human beings, we go through that in a myriad of ways. And I started to talk about that in the Phoenix Project. So it's just you begin to rise with me in the first track till you get to the climax, and then you start to fall with me, and then we get to a resolution. So I'm taking you on a journey with that one.
I see.
So that has more of a specific concept. This one is a little bit kind of mishmash. I'm throwing you different things here. It's 21 pieces, so in my mind I'm calling them like 21 roller coaster rides, 21 different journeys.
Wow. And that's how life is. Life is like these little roller coaster rides, really.
Oh,
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the energy goes up, it goes down. Sometimes you get a queasy stomach. Sometimes you
want to get off? Why'd I get on this roller coaster?
Right. So, how has this book helped you as an artist? Was there a transformation going through this? Was there healing?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That would be.
Can you share any of that?
That would be some bullshit if there really wasn't any healing involved. Or I don't even know what I'd be doing this hard thing for.
Well, can you elaborate on
how it healed me?
Yes. Well, was there a healing process when you received this book? Because I know how this feels when you get your copies of your book after.
It was a very validating process when I received it.
Right.
When I actually could hold it in my hand,
right.
and no more was like a document I'm looking at on my computer screen.
Right.
Yeah, it was a very emotional moment. I was crying. I was big balling. I didn't even know. I wanted to scream and shout it from the rooftops. But that's similar to how I felt when I had C'est La Vie come out. But for me, this is a larger step, because with C'est La Vie, in 2014, I've been doing poetry since. I've been performing poetry since 2009. I've been writing since I was 12 in general, poems and short stories. So to come out with a book in 2014, I felt it was really long overdue. I should have had some kind of something out for publication that people could purchase for me and take home after I've been performing and all that. So when I first received that book, C'est La Vie, the very first one, I was really in tears. Like, I just started crying as soon as the box was handed to me. I was like, you made my dream come true. I was just like, I'm so thank you. And that was Viviana.
She go close to the camera so they can see you cry.
Just thank you. Like, I was so blessed, and I just, I was overwhelmed. So with this one came, it was the same feeling, but it was even more intensified, because this time I was like, look, I made the C'est La Vie. I got the book. That was my first thing going on. But that was a chapbook. It was smaller. It only contained 11 pieces.
Right.
It was
a building block.
It was not something that was available for purchase online. I didn't have my website yet. I didn't have any of those outlets. And I have social media, but I didn't have as many outlets as I do now. And it was something that I sold by hand. Like, I sold copies, every box I ordered by hand, to like order another box. And this one, I feel is a bigger explosion, because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna hustle. I'm always, because I love my art and I believe in myself. So I'm always gonna be like, yo, you need to want my book? You want to check it out? What do you think? Hey, if not, cool, no problem. Have a great day. But now it's online, so to me, it's like, not only can people in Newark and New York and Jersey Shore get my book, because I'm traveling, I'm moving through those places, or when I go to Philly, you know what I mean? It's like, no. Now someone in China might be like, that kind of resonates with me. Let me order that, and that just like is what really gave me that feeling when I first got that box in the mail.
Now, you said something about validation. Can you talk about how important it is that we have, as people of color, we have this kind of validation in the art in this country.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's like really so important. And we're going to come closer because this is getting hot right now. The question is, you were talking about validation.
Mhm.
No, I want to know, you used the word validation.
Mhm.
So tell me about how important it is for, because this is really good for the artist, how important it is for the art to help validate us. I mean, we can validate in this culture that looks at people of color a certain way and limits us through these means of culture, the all means of culture. Could you just share a little bit about how it's so important? How
How it's
it's
important to feel validated as a person
yes,
of color. I mean,
yes, but through the art, because this is what you said. You know, it made me feel validated when you received the art, the final product.
yeah, because it was a manifestation of all the labor and hard work that I was putting into its creation. This is my child, like I said. So it validated all of that whole process, and the whole process did not feel labored most of the time because I believe in the work I'm doing, and because I love it so much, it's not work for me to write, edit, form, learn, teach myself things. It's fun, but it can be laboring because of life in general intrudes upon it, and you have other things you have to do, so you have to regulate your time properly. But it validated me because of that. I put all that work into it, so I felt validated. I felt really, here it is. Hey, it's not just it was once not there at all. It didn't exist. It was a thought. It was a beep, neurological beep, and then I just manifested it. In regards to trying to connect that to being a person of color, I mean, any person in general needs validation in whatever work they're doing or task or passion that they have. But especially people of color, because in the mass media, we're not praised, we're not upraised, or we're held in a higher regard if we're following their set particular standards of what they want us to be doing. If we can jump when they say jump, then okay, we may, you may see a certain, certain highlight of us, but
High, how high?
you may see a highlight of us, meaning we may get praise in some way,
Yes,
but
no,
it's
I
not.
agree with you 100%.
It doesn't. But it doesn't happen all the time, or most of the damn time, because we're not the ideal standard. We're not what they want the world to be praising. So we're not there. We're kind of invisible, or if we are there, we're only there if we can fit in a certain mold for them. So as a person of color, especially through art, yeah, it feels great to put something out there and see it, feel that validation, have it manifest, and pray it's successful, and put it out there, let it birth it, and let it roam like a child. Oh, you're over 18, explore the world. So
Let it roam.
let it roam.
I like that. That's a good caption. Thank you, Jesslyn. I'm going to end on that. But I like
Sorry if I
this
was
whole.
rambling.
No. You weren't rambling. You just gave me our caption.
Mm,
So whenever you do your art, you need to let it roam.
absolutely.
But create it and let it roam.
Yes.
Let it explore the world. Get it out of you.
Don't keep it inside. Art is meant to
Yes.
be shared, meant to be expressed.
That very
You
thought.
don't know how
that
it may
very
help
intention.
someone else.
Right.
And like you said before, art's a healing process. It can be for most. It can be absolutely be a healing process. And for me, it's always been a healing process. So you don't know what you may be able to do with the art, manifest with the art.
And who did your album cover?
Kimberly Francis of handsomecupcakes.com. Handsome Cupcakes. She did a beautiful photo shoot, and I selected some pictures from there to use for the cover and the back, and she's amazing. People need to be calling her every day, get some work done by her. Photography on
And
point.
where can they reach you?
They can reach.
Where can they reach you, and where can they get the book?
They can get the book on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. They can get it on my website. They can reach me through my website. They can reach me through my email, MissJesslynBlue@gmail.com. They can reach me social media, Facebook, Instagram, Jesslyn Blue, and Twitter, Miss Jesslyn Blue. YouTube, Jesslyn Blue. All that.
Jesslyn Blue, continue success. Use that energy that you have within.
Oh, thank you.
Do your thing. And hopefully we'll see you when we start streaming. We're going to be streaming.
Ooh, I like that.
Talking with some other artists. Peace, we're out.
Mwah.
Support your local artists.
Absolutely.